Boca Matters with Eric and Lisa Finn of Finn-atic Fish Co, the home team in Boca.
Hi, I'm Katie Barr, and this is Boca Matters. During the recent stay-at-home orders, Boca Raton residents were instructed not to leave the house and not to go to the beach. Essential businesses were allowed to operate. However, if your essential small business required you to be on the ocean, that could be a problem. Joining us today are Eric and Lisa Finn. They're the owners of Finn-atic, a local commercial fishing company based right here in Boca Raton. Hi guys, thanks so much for joining us today.
Hello.
Hi, thanks for having us.
Glad you could make it. You know, I'm not alone probably. There are other residents that were not aware we had commercial fishing companies in Boca Raton. So can you tell us a little bit about yourselves?
So I've been commercial fishing for about 10 years now. Most of the work I do is based out of the Boca area. My boat is on a trailer, so I do travel up and down the coast of Florida, depending on, what fish seasons are open and different times of the year and whatnot. Most of the work that we do is underwater. So when it's lobster season, we're diving for lobster. We do a lot of spear fishing for different, snapper, grouper, other reef fish. Basically whatever's in season, and to restaurants, to direct to the consumer, just depending on what we have available.
During the lockdown though, you had problems because our boat ramp was closed. How did you navigate around that?
Yeah, so it was a little challenging at first. And some of the ramps were open. The governor said that let's open ramps for commercial access. Boca wasn't on board with that at first, which, I understand it. Opening a boat ramp isn't the #1 priority during a pandemic. And so although it was frustrating, there were other ramps in the area that we were able to use. So, we were traveling down to Pompano or, up to Boynton to be able to get on the water and do some fishing while, all this was going on.
So you said that normally you would be supplying restaurants and now you're doing home deliveries?
Yeah, so prior to all this, really, we, supplied several of the local restaurants in the area. And, now with, everything that's gone on, obviously the restaurant industry has changed, forever, really. We've kind of focused more towards the retail end of things. So now we have a website where we'll update our catch, every day with what we're catching. And then we deliver to, Miami, Broward, Palm Beach counties. We also ship throughout the country, an overnight service with, whatever's fresh, whatever we have available that day.
And Lisa, I know you're an elementary school teacher, but you're also working with Eric in the company?
Yeah, I work for the school district as a behavior analyst, mostly with kids with autism and behavior disabilities. And so, but I help him with all the back end side of things that he doesn't prefer to do, like the books and the numbers and, the organizing of things and, things like that. So I think it's good that we're able to be a good team in that way.
Yeah. So he doesn't have you gutting the fish or anything?
No, I do help sometimes, like once it's filleted, pack orders and, things like that. But nope, I'm not into the filleting piece.
So I was looking at your website. Yeah, the fish that you're promoting, I'm like, it just looks so delicious to have fresh fish delivered to your house. Are you seeing more local people ordering from you?
Yeah, we are. I mean, we've sold retail really for the past 8 or 9 years or so. People are always looking for fresh seafood. We catch it, we sell it ourselves. So it's kind of a unique competitive advantage where, you're buying directly from the fisherman. Now people are making their meals at home now, and, we're kind of transitioning into a new lifestyle change, really. So
everybody's cooking.
Right.
Everyone, yeah.
Last week, we officially launched our new website where now we are focusing heavily on direct to consumer, so we can provide that fresh product right to your door.
So do you do any kind of like a daily update, or we've got this in, this was our catch today, so people can place their orders like in real time almost?
Yeah, we'll send out a catch update, but we also, post pictures, different, what we're catching on social media. That's kind of the preferred route because people like to see, what we're catching,
Right.
a picture of it. And
Yeah.
so yeah, we're able to update what we're catching, really while I'm out on the boat. I can update it in real time, what we're in. So,
How exciting.
yeah,
We can actually watch you catching the fish.
Yeah.
pretty much. Yeah.
Before we go though, Eric, what would you say, in all your years of fishing, what's the most popular request that you get?
Most people are looking for hogfish. So a hogfish is actually our logo. It's hogfish are primarily caught by spear. So not a lot of people catch them rod and reel fishing. So the supply is relatively low. The demand is very high. Most people that have had hogfish will agree that that's the best fish they'll ever taste because it's very mild. They're primarily feeding on shrimp and crabs and lobster. So they provide a very delicate, white, no fishy taste. I mean, it's just clean ocean flavor. So
what about sustainability of the fish stock? Are you noticing any change in the fish, or how do you keep it from being overfished?
yeah, so most of the fishing that we're doing is underwater. We like to call it selective harvesting. So the different reef fish when we're diving, you're literally looking at the fish and catching it by a spear gun. So you're taking one fish at a time and really choosing. There's no bycatch. I mean, you're seeing a fish and you're getting a fish. So it's not like you have any waste or any bycatch of fish that you're not intending to target.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, and we're also very highly regulated. I mean, the commercial industry as a whole. We're under specific quotas for different types of fish, different seasons based on when those quotas are met. We're really catching fish, one at a time as we see them. It's nothing is wasted.
Eric, it is unusual to choose commercial fishing as a career. I know you're an FAU graduate, as are you, Lisa. Can you tell me why you chose that field?
You know what? I've been fishing my whole life. My grandfather taught me when I was very young. We fished together all the time, mainly freshwater, but I loved it. I love being outside. I love being, in nature. Just, you never know what you're going to catch. Just the allure of fishing, when are you going to catch the big one? Like it just drew me to the water. So, came down to Boca to go to FAU and, actually met Lisa there. I was a swimmer. I came down on a swimming scholarship. She actually came down on a diving scholarship. And so we met right away our freshman year and, graduated with a business degree and tried an office job for a marketing company. And honestly, it was the worst 6 months of my life. I've always had the envision of doing my own thing and having my own business and really being on my own schedule. And
I finally looked at him and I said, "You are way too young to be this miserable at your job. What do you want to do what do you want to do?" And he's like, "I want to be a commercial fisherman."
Wow.
I think there's a misconception for some people that they think because when they think of fishing, they think of it as like this really fun hobby, right? And he loves what he does, and that's awesome. But there's a misconception that people think it's somewhat easy, I think, because of that. But the truth is he works really, really hard. And it's not just about fun and games of going out and catching whatever. He does a lot of work when he comes home to prepare fish and sell it and make sure it's iced and make sure we have all the right equipment and things like that. And so I just want to make sure that it's clear to people, too, that commercial fishing is no joke.
Right.
It is.
It's not a hobby. Yeah.
Yeah.
Eric, have you done any diving off the Boca Raton, like Jap Rock or the areas that we do see some fish?
Yeah, I mean, I can pretty much map out the bottom from the Keys to, Central Florida. I've pretty much dove it all over the years. A lot of the reefs off the Boca, we dive for lobster and, fish different times of the year. But yeah, I mean, it's always something new. There's different artificial reefs, you know, especially a little south of here. You know, we have a lot of artificial shipwrecks that we dive and rock piles and whatnot. And then a lot of the lobster-based diving is, you know, on the natural reefs that we have, you know, up and down the coast.
So all right, why don't you give our audience some information about the name of your website, the official Facebook page, so people can log on and follow you.
You can follow us on social media, Finn-atic Fish Co, and on Instagram as well as at Finn-atic Fish Co. And that is how you can connect with us. You can sign up for our Fresh Catch Update email list so that you can be connected lots of ways. And we like to provide, you know, coupon codes and things like that for people who are sharing our business right now and ordering from us. And you know, we just really appreciate customer loyalty, so we like to reward that as well and just be as generous as we can with people.
I'm looking forward to getting into the kitchen and ordering some fresh fish. So thanks so much for joining us today, and keep us posted on your progress.
Will do. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
That's it for today, everyone. Thanks for joining bocafirst.org, and hopefully you'll send us your comments and questions for future editions of Boca Matters.